Well, the thing with Cleveland this year is the big news out of them is trading Francisco Lindor to the Mets.
And Carlos Carrasco.
Yep. Obviously, fan favorite, one of the best shortstops in baseball.
But they didn't want to pay him.
Well, they can't.
They can't afford to pay him.
Just saying they needed to trade him because you can't let him. If they were competing for a World Series.
He was a free agent after this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If they were competing for a World Series this year, they probably would have said, let's just ride this out here and we'll deal with that and we'll get whatever collective bargaining compensation we get out of them. Yeah, I mean, again, just have to trade. But again,
I didn't see Cookie going there either. Carlos Carrasco?
Money move.
Just dumping salary.
They get back Ahmed Rosario, a guy who's a starting shortstop, capable, so they'll still compete. Jimenez, I don't know if he's.
They got
be a
two
starter.
shortstops out of that.
Yeah, Jimenez could play second base, could be a utility infielder.
Which me and Erik were talking about, getting a true starting shortstop. Out of all the teams in Major League Baseball, like a true shortstop, there's probably 16, 17 in the league right now. The rest of them are kind of just like glorified third or second baseman.
Or not quite like what they would.
Yeah, they
stopgaps.
Yeah, they're just guys that can play shortstop good enough. Like Jorge Polanco last year could play shortstop good enough.
Right.
But now you get Andrelton Simmons. We'll get to that later. But yeah, Lindor going to the Mets. It's.
But again,
dumping payroll. That's what they're doing.
Well, again,
they're dumping
you're
payroll.
This year payroll, and again, it's just getting something out of something you're going to lose. So.
Yeah, and then they got their big signings was the former Twins left fielder Eddie Rosario, who was looking for $11 million in arbitration.
Didn't get it. Goes to Cleveland for $8 million.
And I'm 100% glad we did not.
That guy's
bring him back.
Watch him be like a twin killer this year, though.
So. He's going to be. I listened to the Gleeman and the Geek podcast. Aaron Gleeman and John Bonus. Aaron Gleeman of The Athletic, John Bonus of Twins Daily. And they're talking about how, just watch Eddie Rosario, his first game back at Target Field, how badly he wants to hit well against the Twins. And I'm saying, if you are a Twins pitcher and you throw this guy a strike, you're fucking dumb.
Or if you even throw it near the plate.
You're fucking dumb. You know the guy's going to try to swing out his shoes every time he plays the Twins. You throw him a curveball in the dirt. You throw him a fastball 6 inches above the zone. You throw him a slider 6 inches down and away.
You throw an ankle biter,
You know the guy's going to fucking swing at it. He's got an O swing percentage. He swings at almost 50% of the balls outside of the strike zone. And now you think about the emotional factor of him playing against the Twins. He's going to want to do that more.
But going to kind of like my expectations for Cleveland, let's not forget, they've made big trades before sending players out. They've traded, Bauer, Clevenger, Kluber, and who did they
Didn't they get Hedges back for Clevenger?
Yes.
Yeah, so
and
that
again,
kid's pretty good.
And again, they got major league players, like Josh Naylor is a major league player, also in the Clevenger deal. But again, they send these guys away, but then look what also comes up, like Shane Bieber,
Zach Plesac,
Savali. Cleveland's just a team.
Can we call him Seville?
If you really want, I guess.
Because I want him to be the barber of Seville. That's a good Bugs Bunny episode.
Just waiting for the crickets.
Yeah, just saying. It's not you. Yeah, the guy who controls the button bar.
Yeah, he'll never
the
do
button
the
bar
crickets.
is gone.
Yeah.
Fuck the button bar. It passed away.
But again, they're just a team that finds a way to compete and finds a way. So.
The only reason why
they're one of the teams, kind of like the Rays. It never feels like they're in a true rebuild. They're gonna potentially lose 100 games.
The only reason why I feel like the Cleveland Washington football team of Anaheim is actually truly finishes second is their starting rotation.
Yes.
Is Shane Bieber, your former the guy that won the AL Cy Young last year.
Almost unhittable last year.
Yeah, and then you got Zach Plesac, probably the highest starting pitcher prospect out there that now has MLB service.
And they've got one of their top prospects, Tristan McKenzie, is up there.
These guys, if they're not raking on the offensive side, they're going to win games 2-1, 3-2, 4-2.
And again,
like,
Terry Francona is the manager. Dude's just
been
won
there,
games.
done that.
He always done his won games, one division titles.
He let the Red Sox drink beer in the dugout. I mean, fucking great guy.
Eric, got any
They
thoughts?
don't have any. I mean, their field isn't exactly the best for hitters.
No,
either.
especially left field. It's got
yeah.
the high wall in left field, but
I mean, it's not going to do anybody any favors.
no.
Yeah, so I mean, with
You
that
got-
pitching staff, they're always in it.
You're playing
Right.
81 games at home. I mean, that good pitching staff, kind of
Remember, you're
more
also playing 81
pitcher friendly.
games away, so
Yeah, but then you got to go to like fucking Comerica Park.
not friendly to the hitters.
Not friendly to the hitters. You got to go
Not
to
friendly to the home run. We should.
you
say.
got to go to Kauffman Stadium. Not friendly to the home run. And then you go
Target
to
Field's
fucking
neutral.
Target Field is kind of 50-50.
Well, again, it's all about a lot of that is how about you
Conditions.
build your
If
team.
if you got a right-handed hitter, then yeah, that left field wall is great.
I mean, look at the
But-
Twins players. How they built that.
Yeah,
team, so.
it's mostly
What we're talking about, yeah.
right-handed sluggers.
Yeah.
And then you go out to fucking Detroit. That's a fucking deep park. You go to White Sox.
Oh, yeah. No.
Outside
and Detroit made that ballpark. They brought in the left field wall too. So
the White Sox, outside of the immediate left field and right field walls, it's pretty deep in the corners and straightaway center. I mean, it's not.
yeah, but remember the wind factors in there. So
Oh, fuck the wind.
I'm sure
But
Chicago would love to. I mean, it's like what they're known for.
I'm just saying, you got to play majority of your games against the AL Central.
Right.
I'd rather have a great pitching staff than a home run hitting lineup.
I don't care what division I'm in. I'd rather have great pitching. So
I'd rather
now-
win games 2-1 than fucking 11-10.
moving on to the last team here, Pacoda has projecting to win the American League Central Division.
And a team dearly close to my heart.
91 and 71, basically, rounding up. 91 and 71, which still doesn't make them. That puts them
Puts them with
second.
Houston, yeah.
Second in the AL. They got the fucking Yankees winning 99 games.
Well,
but
it's
we'll
hard,
get
to be honest, we'll profile that one
we'll
here
get
in a
to
little
that
bit
later.
and probably just drool at their
So
roster.
the biggest signings is they do get Father Time back, Nelson Cruz back with the 1 year, $13 million. I'm surprised about that. His camp talking about he wants a 2-year deal, about 14 to 16 million.
Also makes me think that nobody was going to offer.
I feel like
it sounds like the vibe was that he signed so quickly that the vibe was nobody was giving him 2 years.
was
I
just
feel
the
like
whole
the fact
DH
that they
not-
made an offer to Marcell Ozuna kind of made Cruz
Right.
kind of make
Fold.
his decision quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since the guy is almost 10 years younger than he is and almost just as good as a hitter as him.
Right.
And then we talked about Eddie Rosario, buggers off over to Cleveland for 1 year, $8 million.
Again, lost,
Tyler Clippard just-
Weisler, Trevor May would be the bigger
Tyler
loss,
Clippard
so.
out of the bullpen just signed with Arizona. Dick Mountain, Rich Hill
Oh, no. Dick
signed with Tampa Bay. Matt Wisler, this little fucker looking for way too much money.
Goes to San
He's trying
Francisco.
he's trying to swing out of his weight class.
Taxes,
Twins said,
won't,
"Fuck
taxes
off."
will not be friendly over there either.
Yeah,
so.
the Twins told you, dude, fuck off. You only played 20 games out of a 60-game season.
Trevor May over to the Mets. Avila
That
to the Mets.
one I
That
don't
one
like.
That one is
Yeah,
the
that
one
one's
that's
big.
probably the
Yeah.
one. As far as our departures go, that's probably the biggest one. Maybe
Yeah.
again.
I
Manny
don't like
Rosario,
that one.
I struggled getting behind him
Trevor May
early in
won.
his career, but he's been really picking up pace and throwing some heat lately.
Yeah, he's throwing 96, 97,
Yeah.
98. I mean,
Consistently. And
yeah.
Well, again,
I
got
mean,
healthy. He had the Tommy John early on. So
he's thick. He's got the good social media presence, and he's a good pitcher. He can back it up,
Right.
and he's got a thick butt. Alex Avila, nobody cares. Marwin Gonzalez, the trash can banging cheater from the Houston Astros, goes to Boston.
Man, him playing right field was one of the worst things I've ever witnessed in pro baseball. Like,
I mean, one of the things with
holy
Marwin Gonzalez.
shit, he was
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, but one of the things there is you sign a guy like Marwin Gonzalez because you can
Put him anywhere,
you could put him there.
except for the one spot. And
I don't
two,
know, put
maybe.
Novak out there.
I mean, yeah, Marwin wasn't great out there, but let's not get ridiculous.
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't
yeah.
put him as pitcher or catcher, but
Yeah.
anywhere else you can put him. They played him at first, third, short, left, right. I mean,
He was mostly third because when Sano was getting injured.
Hopefully bench.
But then he was fucking batting 210 without a trash can. So,
Yeah,
and then this one right here, this one was a great salary move for the Twins.
Romo.
Sergio Romo signs a 1 year, $2.25 million. The Twins had a $5 million option for him, and they said, fuck no.
Yeah.
And they sent him away.
The league agreed.
And everybody else agreed, and he signed for less than half of what the Twins would have owed him. This one surprised me right here. Jake Odorizzi is still out there.
Well, I mean, and again, who knows? Maybe he could come back. But the big thing is that when the Twins, probably one of the big acquisitions this offseason was Jay Happ.
Yeah.
And
Matt Schumacher.
When they signed, well, again, that's kind of that I compared to the Homer Bailey one. And again, Homer Bailey is not signed by anybody right now. So.
Well, I mean, you pick up...
But the J-Hap signing made me feel like they were going to not pursue Jake Odorizzi.
Well, Jake Odorizzi is rumored to be looking for a 3 to 4 year, $16 million a year deal.
Oh, he ain't getting that.
Yeah, well, obviously, because he's still unsigned.
He'll get he'll have to settle for like a 1 year, at most $10 million. And I probably wouldn't even give him that. So
the Twins, they get Matt Schumacher. He's probably your fourth starter. Jay Happ.
Third starter, I would say.
Fourth, fifth starter. No, you're forgetting about Pineda.
I would have put Pineda four and then Happ third.
I don't know about that. But then
if Happ is healthy, he can give you an easy 180, 190.
They bolster their open with Alex Colomb, formerly of the White Sox, Hansel Robles, formerly of the Angels, Sean Anderson in a trade.
Yep.
They sent Lamont Wade Jr. over there.
They are very high on Sean Anderson right now. So.
Hopefully. I'm surprised they made a trade after the last time they got burned by the Giants with that fucking domestic buting injured asshole.
A little different. I'm sure they did a little more research.
Yeah, so. I hope they did.
Well, again, none of that came out here because, again, they weren't informed of any of that.
Yeah.
So.
The biggest news is Alex Kilroff sounds like he's going to start in left field.
Potentially, yeah.
Even though the whole service time thing coming up where they could start Jake Cave theoretically for 2 weeks.
If Alex Kirilloff tears up spring training, then he'll probably have to because of all that came out.
Yeah.
But if he struggles, then they could say, well,
they'll keep him down and put Jake Cave in left.
Right.
And
so again, it really depends on how Kirilloff plays in spring training.
And then Royce Lewis, one of the Twins' top prospects, he tore his ACL. He's out for the year.
That's big news. That sucks for him.
He slipped on some ice in the recent winter storm in Houston.
Jesus.
He slipped on some ice walking down his driveway, tore his ACL. What the fuck? And then you got Trevor Larnach, kind of Alex Kirilloff's only kind of competition right now. Iffy, kind of him.
Yeah, I mean,
Brent Rooker, and fucking Cave fighting for left field.
I mean, we'll see how all that plays out. But I would say right now, just maybe think Kirilloff or Cave right now. Yeah. So that's what it sounds like, at least.
Yeah, you go Kirilloff, Cave, maybe Larnach, or Rooker first, then Larnach. Right.
I mean, we'll all see how it happens. So.
I mean, Rooker, he broke his fucking arm hitting a ball last year.
I think the ball hit him, though.
Yeah.
He was hit by the
technically, he hit the ball. Yeah. And then Ryan Jeffers, this guy's about to rake.
I'm very high on him.
Yeah, him and Mitch Garver are going to be a tangent kind of.
Yeah, hopefully, Garver can come back into form. He had
I don't think he'll ever replicate what he did in 2019, but definitely.
It's kind of hard to get a catcher that can hit that well.
Oh yeah,
it's really hard.
Again, and when you find one, like we say, Yasmani Grandal gets paid because of that. But
you get your Grandals, you get your fucking Posies, you get your Mowers, Real Muto, you get your.
It's why everybody's still
Salvies.
It's why everybody's still giving chances like Wilson Contreras and Gary Sanchez.
And then they got Jordan Blossovic. This guy, he's
very polished.
He should be up with the Twins pretty quickly.
I don't know. I don't think he debuted above A-ball though, did he?
He was high last year, but they got him projected this year getting into the league in 2021. I do not think he was at the
alternate training site this last year though.
No, but he was still
So he hasn't thrown a competitive pitch in
this kid. How long? Jordan Blossovic, he's going to be good. Johan Duran.
Dude can throw it through a house.
This guy, he pitched with Pensacola last year in Double-A, even though they didn't have Double-A, but he was over in the alternate site.
Dude's got a dude's got a high velo fastball, and he's got this really nasty.
So Blossovic is the one with the fucking lower fastball, but the better
slider, better repertoire.
And then Johan Duran is your Brusdar Gratterall Jr.
The difference is Duran's like 6'5", 240 or something.
Yeah.
Where Gratterall was 6'1".
These guys
looked